saying move over. I'm just here to help. That's what God made me for. You ain't gotta build by yourself. You got your pride. Don't let it make you blind. Don't need to be walking behind. You're better with me by your side. How can life go on without me? It's impossible. All the pain endured to give life, and we keep giving and giving and giving. That's the it's love. I'll be there right when you need it. The pain before you sleep. I want my, you know, and I shouldn't have to prove it. It's just what a guiding light, where the trees left standing through the storms of life. We love so high and we come so far, can't hold us back, 'cause here we
.9 FM. We got the vibes. Power 97.9 FM.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for at Lazarus Funeral Home. Losing a loved one isn't something you can foresee. Since the beginning, affordability has been one of our priorities. Every day we're proving that burials don't have to be expensive. If cost is a factor in your time of bereavement, call Lazarus Funeral Home. We have coffins starting at $800 plus taxes. Nothing can cause more disappointment than poor quality. Help us help you keep your last memory of your loved one sacred. Make it special. Make it Lazarus Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Located at Bibliotheque Castries at 452-7491 and New Dock Road V4 at 454-6555.
Celebrate Independence the KFC way from January 17th to February 29th. Grab the Independence box at KFC. Celebrate 5 years of independence as you indulge in 1 sandwich, 5 dipping wings, 2 pieces of chicken, 2 regular fries, and 2 regular all for only $45. $5 and savor the taste of freedom with an Independence big box at KFC. KFC.
For it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Flow FastPay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. Flow FastPay. Flow FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
In these modern times, the field of medicine has become so advanced that no one has to suffer any longer before they can be seen by a specialist doctor. La Clinique de Corps is proud to be the only healthcare provider in St. Lucia to offer the best and most experienced specialist doctors who are capable to first correctly diagnose and then successfully treat health conditions such as chronic back pain, spinal injury, sciatica, numbness, lupus, arthritis, joint pain, facial nerve pain, knee, heel and shoulder pain, cramps and carpal tunnel syndrome. Also available at La Clinique de Corps, complete nerve tests to detect nerve injury or muscle disease. All health insurances are accepted at La Clinique de Corps. So walk again pain-free with La Clinique de Corps. To book an appointment, please call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950.
On Easter Sunday, the biggest brunch party in the West returns. Rise for the celebration. Easter Sunday, March 31st, Soufriere Mini Stadium. Featuring international sensation Tennyson John and the DJ Project live. Also, MTX, A1 Jugglers, Sir Lancelot, Hype Kid, DJ JH Indalo, Levi Chin, DJ Irv, Power FM DJs, MC Donnerville. Easter Sunday from 12 noon, we rise.
Look at people in here tonight. Dance with me, baby.
Regular tickets are $80 and $350 for VIP tickets. And courts VIP and group ticket with no celebration. And box courts ready. 97.9 FM. Gold sponsor, Bank of St. Lucia. Other sponsors, Digicel, Piton Beer, Strongbow and Island Sound.
Coming soon, the same excellent Lucelec service in a new location at Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci, Castries. Thanks for your patience.
Automotive Art is a place to start.
Shift into your savings gear this March at Automotive Art as we launch our March Madness sale. Pull up at any of our branches this March and save 20% off on all car accessories. Roll out with fantastic deals on tires of up to 30% off. And if you're missing some key tools for your toolkit, no problem. We're offering 15% off on all tools store-wide. But that's not all. Shop now and enjoy exclusive in-store specials on car care, lubricants, and more. Don't miss out on the action. The March Madness sale is happening right now at Automotive Art. Automotive Art, your car, our passion. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
Are you ready? It's finally here. The most epic football experience to hit 758. 81 matches across St. Lucia, starting Sunday, March 10th when the semi-professional league kicks off. All roads lead to the Mindo Philip Park from 2 p.m. when home team Masha comes up against Babino in Division 2 action. Then at 4 p.m, a blockbuster heavyweight clash between Island Cup champions Laclary and Grosule in Division 1. Come for the football, come for the entertainment. Enjoy performances by the best St. Lucian artists. $20 gets you into the football action. The semi-professional football league, leveraging football to transform lives. You can't afford to miss this one.
Streaming live via the internet at www.power979.com. This is Power 97.9 FM.
For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
What a time to be a woman. Happy International Women's Day to all women and girls tuned into the most monitored talk show in the world. NewsSpin with Kimani Thomas. Welcome everyone to another episode of NewsSpin. You're listening and watching NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM, the NewsSpin Facebook page, and the NewsSpin YouTube channel. International Women's Day. So the theme for the 2024 observance of International Women's Day is Invest in Women and Accelerate Progress. My question to the audience is, are women being invested in St. Lucia? Case in point, sexually assaulted as a woman. I think I can safely see that 99% of women in St. Lucia, or dare I say worldwide, the thought has crossed their mind about being sexually assaulted. So can we say that investments have been made in St. Lucia to ease the minds of women and girls in the country? In St. Lucia, for example, maybe poor lighting, maybe transportation, or maybe just the thought that no to a man or woman, whoever it is, should mean no. Are investments or have investments been put in place in St. Lucia to ensure the safety and security of women in St. Lucia? Again, welcome to another episode of NewsSpin. Good afternoon to you, Tim.
Good afternoon to you, Kimani, that hot seat this afternoon, making your debut on this International Women's Day, looking at the challenges affecting women in St. Lucia in particular, from the perspective of a young female. And I'm sure that during the course of the broadcast, the women watching in St. Lucia, listening, and likewise those beyond the shores of the island, they will be able to make reference to some of the issues that you just highlighted. And let me take the opportunity, by the way, to wish all the women who are watching and listening to this broadcast a happy International Day. We just hope that it will not be just another observance, and going forward after that, we'll continue to focus on those issues that continue to plague women. We need to make some advances. We need to make progress as far as issues relating to women are concerned, and also girls in particular. We'll be taking your calls during the course of the broadcast at 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages at 716-2026. But Kimani, I know that you have someone on lineup because she has been paying tribute to the women of St. Lucia and women around the world in particular. Ordinary women, because sometimes when we have International Women's Day, the women who get all the accolades and all the attention are those women who are deemed to be prominent, women who are deemed to be leaders.
Women are making strides.
Right. Your permanent secretaries and those people who are heads of various government departments. And I think we seldom think about those ordinary women and the achievement. And this is normally reflected in the progress that is being made by their children.
That is true.
By their children, sons and daughters who reach the high echelons of our society. Yes,
that is true. So we have the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Caribbean paying tribute to women, Andrea St. Rose.
I wish to take this opportunity to recognize the contributions of women, regardless of the nature of the work that they do. Let us not forget women who are subject to extreme laws that deprive them of basic human rights, such as the right to education and security. Let us all embrace and take action towards meeting the UN Sustainable Development Goal of achieving gender equality and empowerment of all women and girls. Together, let us reaffirm our commitment to investing in women and harnessing the full potential of every individual, regardless of gender. Whether it is through mentoring and supporting female colleagues, advocating for policies that accelerate women's economic progress and inclusion, or leading by example in our own career, each of us has the power to effect positive change. By doing so, we not only enrich the lives of women, but also create a brighter and more prosperous future.
As Ms. Centro says, each of us have the power and authority to effect change in women's lives, including myself, including you as well, Tim. And do you think that you have done enough to effect change in women's lives in St. Lucia?
Yeah, based on the issues that we discuss ever so often. For example, I've had the unpleasant, had the occasion, it's very unpleasant, to interview many women who have been sexually assaulted. And that could be very discomforting.
It is.
Okay? Those people, the trauma that they would have gone through, and then you have to interview them and ask them questions and try to disguise their voices, because what would happen is other women like themselves would pass judgment on them.
Right.
What were you doing on the beach at that time? What were you
Exactly.
doing with this particular individual? Why did
Victim
you take
blaming.
Why did you take a ride from this man? You know? So, and also, for example, things relating to sexual harassment in the workplace. Well, I mean, some people tell you that is expected. That's the norm.
Right,
You know, the guy just being
exactly.
nice to you, you know?
Removing the blame off of the individual who does the thing and placing it on the victim. Not holding people or the relevant people accountable for what they did.
You are the lead host, Kimani. What next?
What
Putting in the spot there?
next? I think you asked your question of the day, Tim, or the top 5 women. Or who do you think are the top 5 women in society? I don't have a top 5, but
In
I
St.
have
Lucia.
in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have a top 5, but I have just one individual who I feel has lent her voice to our society, who has done a remarkable job of basically being a voice for an underdog for those who can't speak up for themselves. And I think that individual has done very well. And I think she would be my, shall I say, Woman of the Year. And that is Mary Frances.
Yeah, the woman who really stands out in St. Lucia. She's very selfless. And I don't get the impression that other women in the country, those who are in leadership position, they embrace her. You don't get the impression. They don't even quote her. They don't even make reference to her. So she's what you call peerless. She is in a league
of her
own. She is a brave individual. Does not come across as being somebody who is materialistic, but she is just selfless, and she's focusing on the plight of other people who cannot speak for themselves. And she's very misunderstood as somebody who wants to protect the rights of criminals. No. She's saying that even individuals we consider to be criminals, they have rights too. Innocent until proven guilty. They should not be the victims of excessive force by the police. You know, the use of the extrajudicial killings, alleged extrajudicial killings that we have heard, which occurred between 2010 and 2011. Every opportunity she gets, she would normally speak on it. I was hoping to interview her this afternoon, but she's not available. She, as we speak, might be at church right now because she says there's a mass and it coincides with the Lenten period. And she wants to pray to continue to be healthy, you know, and for her well-being as well. But she did promise at some point in time to make an appearance on one of my programs. So could look forward to that very soon from Miss Mary Frances. But for me, she stands out.
I'm always inspired when I listen to her and what she says and what she stands for. I think she's a wonderful individual, and she's done a lot for our society.
I mean, I am, and I've said this before, I am so, not that it matters, it might matter to some of you people, but so disappointed in some of our female leaders. In fact, like as if most of our female leaders, I think most of them are just too selfish. It is all about blowing the trumpet, about having the Gucci bags, and looking good and smelling good, etc., and traveling beyond the shores of St. Lucia, quote unquote, to represent women, etc. But they don't come across as being genuine, and genuine people. And for me, Miss Frances is a genuine person.
I will agree that she's a genuine person, but you said that our female leaders, maybe it's a case where you're in a predominantly male field or sector, and you are not able to express yourself in a manner that you would like to, lest, of course, you're ostracized or cast aside, or...
Why should you be afraid?
You have much to lose.
So then you're not being selfless. It is all about you, because we continue to see so many women who are struggling, so many young girls going through the education system. They have challenges. When they graduate, they have nothing to show for it. And you seldom have women who are coming out to champion the causes. Okay? Hardly any woman comes out and says, let me champion the cause of our females, and do it in a consistent manner, so that your message will come across. I mean, Mary Frances, again, she stands out, very consistent. Every other day she calls a talk show, she speaks out, she goes to court to represent people, marginalized people.
But you said earlier that she's peerless. Maybe some are afraid of being in a situation like that. But like you said, it all, I guess, boils down to being selfless and wanting or putting the needs of others or the majority over your own needs.
What I'll do is to go through some of your comments to our question of the day. Who are St. Lucia's top 5 women? The top 5 women in St. Lucia. Let me see if I could go through some of the comments. I don't know if you have access to the comments, Kimani. Do you? I'm trying to see if I could.
Do.
Okay, let me see. I have one. Somebody says, we have had many strong women, many women who were without education, far less degrees, and were able to balance their budgets to provide and grow their families, fortunes, etc. A skill yet to be emulated by our core politicians. However, a few come to mind. Geraldine Rock, Dame Paulette Louise, Mary Francis, Lorraine Williams, Cecil Descartes, also de Turville, and they have in brackets Ansere. Many women who had impacted on a community level without recognition from the state, but were duly worthy. Somebody says there, Flor Boagaya, the mother of our freedom. Somebody says Mary Frances Laverne Spencer, Julian Alfred, Sarah Flood Bobra, Frances Henry. Another person says Dame Paulette Louise, Mary Frances, Nancy Charles, Mrs. Allen Michael, Mrs. Chasney, and Julian Alfred. Some more, Rosita Ramjoan, Joseph, my mother, Geraldine Rock, Dame Paulette Louise, Mary Frances Laverne, and Julian, our sports icon. And some more there, somebody says Alvina Reynolds, Alison Jean, Emma Hippolyte, Lisa Jawayer, Virginia Albert Poyet. All politicians. And when I'm talking about women who excel and women who look after, the marginalized women in this country, I seldom have any reason at all to make reference to women leaders in our parliament. Okay, so I cannot tell you, in all honesty, what the likes of Alvina Reynolds, Alison Jean, Emma Hippolyte, Lisa Jawayer, and Virginia Albert have done specifically for women in St. Lucia.
I don't even think they've made indelible marks in society. Anything to speak of when they've left. What legacy have they left behind?
Well, the people will make that determination. Another person says Dame Paulette Louise, Mary Frances, Sister Claire, Julian Alfred, Laverne Spencer. All right, I think what you can do right now is to take your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages. 716-2026, that's 716-2026. It's a little hot in here. So, let's even get some calls coming in. Kimani, it's your show, you're leading. It's International Women's Day. Yeah, me feeling like a woman. I'm a male.
The roles have been reversed, so maybe we have a call. NewsSpin, you're live.
Hello?
Hi.
Kim?
It's Kimani, Rick.
Oh, Kimani, how are you? It's not Rick, it's Oswald.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Am I on?
Yes, you are Mr. Oswald Augustine. Kimani is the lead anchor today because today is International Women's Day.
International Women's Day.
Yeah.
Tim, I need to speak about a woman who has never been given recognition in St. Lucia. And that's my mother. The first female shipping agent in St. Lucia. And that was in 1973.
And your mom's name?
My mom, Dallas Joseph.
Okay.
And the company at the time, the name was Dallas Joseph Shipping Agency. I took over from her.
Okay. All right.
Okay? And it has been a successful. She gave me a good start. I took it over from her, and from this day on, Joseph Shipping Agency, which previously was Dallas Joseph Shipping Agency, still exists. And I want to say kudos to her. She never blew her trumpet. Okay? She was the only woman in that field whom a whole lot of stevedores respected. And I want to say kudos to her. She's still alive.
Wow, okay. How old is your mom?
Okay?
How old is your mom?
My mom is now 84.
All right, okay.
And I'm always there to make sure that she lives as long as she can.
That's great.
Okay?
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Augustine, for calling.
All right. Okay.
Some more of your calls. Once again, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, 716-2026. Imagine somebody just sent me a WhatsApp message saying, Tim, you're saying it hot and you're drinking tea. So, when people see things, they don't know whether I could have vodka there or brandy or something, but they're saying is tea. Actually, it's water I'm having.
We have another call. NewsSpin, you're live. Hello? We lost this call.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, team. First time I called on that station.
So, Kimani, you supposed to say thanks for calling?
Let me tell you, you'll forget Mary Isaac when you hear Mary Isaac take a go me pour. Ou pas chercher Mary Isaac pour toutes ces moun qui se travaillent même côté qui travaillent bestly by you. Et c'est young femme. Comme ça me dit Mary Isaac qui n'est plus loin.
Mhm. Ou ka parle about l'été président CSA?
Oui.
OK.
Mary Isaac pour ça hein?
Mhm.
Oui. Eh bien, ça me fait dire c'est lui qui n'est plus loin.
Mhm.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
So for that person, Mary Isaac stands out, former president of the Civil Service Association. What do you know about her? She's a feisty lady, you know. Former Minister of Health.
I can't say that I
former government
know,
senator.
but I have heard about her.
Yeah.
And what do you think stands out for yourself personally? I know you always speak of your mom and what she's accomplished. You think she stands out? Well, she does stand out.
Yeah, she does. She does. And it's I mean, every day, I remember my mom every day, and it's, I might not show it every time, you know, publicly and so on, but I miss my mom a great deal. February was 2 years since she passed away. She not meant, but she means the world to me. I am who I am today primarily because of, number one, God and my mom. And she was very proud of me, and I was also very proud of my mom as well. Some people have a tendency to love their mom because it's their mom.
Right.
I had sufficient reason and reasons, you know, to love my mom and also to respect her. I remember once Mrs. Geraldine Rock, a former government minister, former community development, I think first female elected MP in St. Lucia, and she told me privately, she said, about maybe 15 or 20 years ago, people like your mom should be honored because we have a tendency to honor women, again, as I said earlier on, based on their status. You know, the first minister of this or the first GG. But those vendors who work as housewives, you know, and so on, those people really, they should be applauded. We should see them as our heroes. Those people, for example, we don't know how they do it, but somehow they build their plywood homes, and the homes are clean, and they take care of their family, single parents, etc.
And they raise upstanding citizens. And
Yes.
in that same vein, I would...
And no nonsense people, they're taking no march, you know, probably sure from the children, okay? They don't spoil you, yeah?
Spit a rod to spoil the child. And in that same vein, I will say that I am proud and I am happy that my mom is my mom. Without her, of course, I wouldn't be here. And I can say that she is extremely proud of me, and I am also extremely proud of her. Of course, without her, I wouldn't be this individual.
And growing up, my mom always told me, I'm your father and I'm your mother.
My mom said the same as well.
Merci, maman.
Merci,
Merci,
papa.
papa. Confusing stuff when you are 5 and 6 years old. Okay, we have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Tim.
Rick Wayne, good afternoon.
Wow, I think you should be man of the year for introducing Kamani to all those people, man. Maybe make man of the year. On a more serious note, Tim, it's a pity you didn't ask with your, invited choices of top 5 women, and simply added, and why?
Yeah.
You know?
That would have made it complete.
Well, but giving us some idea of what St. Lucians appreciate, at least. But you will have noticed by now that most of the people mentioned there are politicians. And if you were to even investigate them as politicians, you won't find much to shout about. For example, something I've been crying about a long time, that I have yet to hear a woman politician stand on the floor of Parliament and talk about what a woman goes through when she's been raped. I've even equated it to murder. I have never heard a woman in any field of politics or related to politics, as they all are, stand up and talk about her own experiences in a society that really figures, man, every woman is for the taking. The number of outstanding rape cases we have, unresolved. The number of female victims of homicide victims. The number of people, casualties of domestic violence. You would think that you'd be able easily to point to a number of women who stand out on that subject. And having said that, that's what I could say about them, but I dismiss the whole bunch of politicians anyway, who take their orders from a male prime minister or whatever. That's the other thing, you know. Take, for example, I'm going to call a name here, and a personal disappointment. The mother of Botham Jean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, very unfortunate. I personally expected when she came back with all the hoo-ha and everything else, that she really would use that status she got to rally women, to speak up for women in the Senate, to pinpoint cases of neglect in matters of abuse for women. That whole thing with the police investigation that can't get off the ground. I would expect her to talk about that because she's had some horrible experience with police and she's had horrible experience with killings, etc., etc. But with her name, her reputation, the status she gained, sadly, from the demise of her son, see none of that. In fact, what she's going to be most famous for was renaming our Prime Minister Moses of the East. That's it. Okay? Not a word from her yet on that matter of the police we were talking about yesterday, needing an investigation. Not one word from her about the alleged victims, let alone for her to get them together and see if she can stand behind them. You know, because they're under heavy manners, those people who speak out. But if you had a top senator standing with them, that's the kind of stuff that Maroc did. Mm-hmm. And I almost forgot to say that. Maroc was special. Maroc took on one of the toughest politicians of the day and beat him.
That's George
Odlum? Beat him at everything.
That was George Odlum, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Beat him even in terms of the credibility of the people at a time when George Odlum moved this country like the wind. She beat him and she took him on.
And she was a short lady.
What's that?
She was a short lady, yeah?
Yeah.
She wasn't, I'm just saying, she was not an impressive figure in terms of size and height.
Boy, she made up for it.
Yeah, she did.
Because she took on the great John Compton and she took on the issues now that are suffocating us. She took them on in their budding stages. She spoke about abused girls, spoke about abused women, spoke about politicians and so on taking advantage of girls. She talked about, the women's issues she was into very, very much. I think she was one time Community
Development
Minister of Community Affairs.
Yeah.
That's what it was called at the time. Maroc deserves special honor, and not because she was a politician. It's because she was a woman. You know, that's what came first, because she took on, a while ago, Kimani pointed out that maybe women don't come forward and aren't strong enough in what they do and consistent because they're afraid they might lose something. But isn't that the exact excuse that the women in pants give for their inertia and doing nothing? The men.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same excuse they give?
That's exactly what it is.
That's right. There is not a field you can mention that Maroc did not take on, and not as a politician, but as a woman with a social conscience. Thank you very much, Tim.
Okay, Rick. Thank you. In the chat room, somebody says, I agree, Rick. Instead, she was more interested in decrying the Flobo women after the demonstration. And we have a lot of people just saying, wishing the women of the world happy International Women's Day. And somebody also says they admire women like the late Valerie Albert Fevrier. The person goes on to say, Barbara Jacob Small, these ladies have a high command of the English language, comported themselves with grace, poise, and dignity. And those are some of the comments in the chat room. Another person says that we have a lot of Uncle Jerry's in St. Lucia. Somebody says as well, protecting the victory is protecting their monies. Not about community development, far less the country. It's also about the handouts, no pride in doing a good job. Some of the comments in the chat room. Kimani, I think we're due for a break. The broadcast will continue in just a moment. For example, we'll be following that situation over in Grenada involving the 3 men. Okay, what is the latest? Water rates. Is it likely that the rates will be reviewed and Wasco will get an increase at our expense? Can you afford another increase? What will that do to the bottom line? What will that do to your spending power? And also coming up, you can't love your country only when you win. This is the most monitored talk show in the world, NewsSpin, on Power 97.9 FM. We are also on the NewsSpin YouTube channel as well as Facebook.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593 or 285-3329. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Call 457-4433 to get bill balances. Use myaccount.lucilec.com for detailed account information and to make online bill payments using a credit or debit card or online bank account. Customers may also take advantage of SurePay's online or walk-in service. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
Embrace the magic of the night with someone special by your side. KFC Chicken Nights, a love story waiting to unfold. Sundays to Thursdays, 6 p.m. to closing, just for $35. Share 4 pieces of delectable KFC chicken, 3 tender strips, and 2 regular fries. This enchanting deal is yours to savor at all KFC locations because love knows no boundaries. Having chicken tonight? Make it finger-licking good with KFC's Chicken Nights, where love and flavor come together for a night to remember.
In these modern times, the field of medicine has become so advanced that no one has to suffer any longer before they can be seen by a specialist doctor. La Clinique de Corps is proud to be the only healthcare provider in St. Lucia to offer the best and most experienced specialist doctors who are capable to first correctly diagnose and then successfully treat health conditions such as chronic back pain, spinal injury, sciatica, numbness, lupus, arthritis, joint pain, facial nerve pain, knee, heel and shoulder pain, cramps and carpal tunnel syndrome. Also available at La Clinique de Corps, complete nerve tests to detect nerve injury or muscle disease. All health insurances are accepted at La Clinique de Corps. So walk again pain-free with La Clinique de Corps. To book an appointment, please call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950.
Catch the new vibe and the lingo. More upon more so the tingo. Is more wet flow if you didn't know. All these deals is a winner. More upon more wet flow. More data, more talk for sure. More WhatsApp, video, cast app, unlimited talk, so you not stop chat.
Flow prepaid combo plans just got better. Loaded with even more data and unlimited talk. Take advantage of WhatsApp and all its features with our new prepaid plans. Unleash your creativity with more social media. Dial *129 $ to activate.
Now that's the new vibe in the lingo. Yes. More upon more, see how the tingo. It's more wet flow, now you really know. Catch it now. All these deals make you save more. Get more.
Night Meds is your dependable neighborhood pharmacy. You'll notice that upon entry, you are greeted by caring professional staff, attentive to your every need. Your prescriptions are always treated with a high degree of confidentiality, and we pride ourselves on providing speedy, efficient service. We carry a wide array commonly requested over-the-counter products, and our prices are very competitive. We offer blood pressure testing, blood sugar, and cholesterol testing. We're open to fill your prescriptions Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come visit Sadu's gas station on the Miku Highway or call us at 572-6840 or WhatsApp 461-6840 for more information. Night Meds Pharmacy. We are your community med store.
Automotive Art is a place to start.
Shift into your savings gear this March at Automotive Art as we launch our March Madness sale. Pull up at any of our branches this March and save 20% off on all car accessories. Roll out with fantastic deals on tires of up to 30% off. And if you're missing some key tools for your toolkit, no problem. We're offering 15% off on all tools store-wide. But that's not all. Shop now and enjoy exclusive in-store specials on car care, lubricants, and more. Don't miss out on the action. The March Madness sale is happening right now at Automotive Art. Automotive Art, your car, our passion. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
Ground control, come in. It's the space station. We have an unidentified object for review. Over.
Go ahead, space station.
It seems to be.
Go ahead. Go ahead, space station.
Okay, I've made my decision. It's a cricket ball.
What?
6. Out of the park and into the sky.
The ICC Men's T20 World Cup.
It's out of this world.
Buy your tickets now from tickets.t20worldcup.com.
Are you ready? It's finally here. The most epic football experience to hit 758. 81 matches across St. Lucia, starting Sunday, March 10th when the semi-professional league kicks off. All roads lead to the Mindo Phillip Park. From 2 p.m. when home team Masha comes up against Babino in Division 2 action. Then at 4 p.m. a blockbuster heavyweight clash between Island Cup champions Locklary and Grosule in Division 1. Come for the football, come for the entertainment. Enjoy performances by the best St. Lucian artists. $20 gets you into the football action. The semi-professional Football League, leveraging football to transform lives. You can't afford to miss this one.
We welcome your calls and messages at 452-2979-716-2026. So, Tim, a review of the water rates by the Infrastructure Minister, Stephenson.
Well, I mean, that is what he is recommended. You're speaking, I think, on Wednesday during a ceremony. I cannot imagine this government deciding to... Well, the government cannot decide that, right? Because WASCO has to apply for a review of its tariff to the NUC, which is the National Utilities Regulatory Commission. And the NUC will make that assessment after it reviews WASCO's financial position, after it takes a whole host of things into consideration. So WASCO has to apply to the NUC for an increase in water rates via tariff application, and the WASCO has to justify. It has to be justified.
Of course.
So you're not asking for increase sake. It's just like going to your manager this afternoon after NewsSpin and saying, "Boss, I want an increase," and I know him. And he'll relax in his chair and say, "What's the justification, Kimani? Justify this for me," you know. So you have to justify it. Also, WASCO has to submit audited financial statements. And the real cost of its service delivery would have to be taken into consideration, because WASCO also made an application in 2019. I don't think it got that increase, but in the past, WASCO has applied, and on the basis of improving the service to the people, and we all know what has transpired after that. I think we have a call. This is NewsSpin. Good afternoon. You are on the air.
Hi, Kim. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
And good afternoon to you, Kimani.
Hi, good afternoon.
Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
I think Rick has said all that I would have wished to say on the topic. So do you mind if I stray off this particular topic now?
We don't have a topic, sir. Say anything. Go ahead. Any issue.
A couple of the days ago, there was an accident, I believe, somewhere in the Beaufort area, when I think quite a few children got hurt.
Yeah.
11 or 12 kids or some such thing. And in the news last evening, on one of the channels, the newscaster was speaking about the offered blame for the accident was faulty brakes.
Yeah.
And as usual, it ended up with the police are investigating. What concerns me is at what point in time will we get a report on all those investigations of traffic accidents that are taking place?
What about the one in Dennery? When
I'm coming to that one thing.
Okay.
Because that one happened about 4 months ago, and we were promised a report on that. And up to now, we have heard absolutely nothing, although I followed up several times to find out what has happened. Now, there are lots of reasons an accident could be happening. And it is important we do find out, or are we going to wait till 24 children die in a bus crash, and then we come up with a story about faulty brakes? The problem is that faulty brakes is not an excuse or an explanation or a defense that will stand up in any court of law. It is the driver's duty to ensure that the brakes of the vehicle he or she is driving are properly are proper for driving. But before the brakes give way.
Yeah, but Colin, also, I was thinking just today that as much as the police normally, the authorities ask you to produce your license made to ensure it's updated, proof that you insured your vehicle and you get your sticker, and etc. Don't you think that you should be asking proof of when you last serviced your vehicle based on that recent incident in V4?
That's an interesting one. But the thing is, all that would be taken up in an investigation.
Yeah.
That would be, and we will start to understand why we're having so many accidents if it's done. But when we keep on pushing this thing under the under the carpet and not tying the knot, it's crazy. I keep repeating, the office I occupy at the moment, I think that was in the year of COVID, a vehicle slammed into that building just off the road in San Souci. The police came to the office and asked to see the cameras. They never, ever came back. And there were injured people in that vehicle. There were people on the road lying down being treated. And I am certain to this day that nothing happened to the driver. And he offered the same excuse to everybody who was listening to him. I pressed my brakes and I had no brakes. That is nobody's concern. He should be prosecuted. And that I'm very concerned about. all those accidents you see on the road, there was one, the same day as the one happening in Latsuni or wherever, there was one on the East Coast Road, and you could see the vehicle off, a truck slammed into that one. A truck slammed into a vehicle of school children. Why did the truck slam? Is it bad driving? Is it bad road conditions? Did the driver have a medical issue? What is the problem? We have to get to the bottom of this.
Also, there was another accident on the morning, and it was attributed to faulty brakes.
At Goodlands?
Yes. Goodlands,
That's just not good enough. And people have got to realize that. That means from what I'm hearing now, it may be lots of vehicles around the place are driving with faulty brakes. It's crazy. We have to be able to understand that when these things happen, there must be an explanation. Look at it when we have an airline crashing. Sometimes it takes 4 years to get the cause of a plane going down. I suppose because there are 400 or 500 people involved in some instances, people think because of the large numbers, it must be done. But here, 12 is a lot, 2 is a lot, 1 is a lot. Why can't we get that into our heads? I am totally baffled by that casual attitude to people dying. I really hope they will get over that. Thanks, Tim.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling, sir. But back to the suggestion that's being made by the infrastructure minister that there's need for a review of Wasco's tariff. Let us listen to what Mr. Stevenson King said regarding what he calls a possible need for a review of Wasco's water rates.
I know when you mention water rates, it raises eyebrows, and people begin to, and it's a soundbite I'm sure they'll pick up, that the Minister for Infrastructure has called for an increase in water rates. But come on, how much are we paying for 1,000 gallons of water? How much are we paying for 1,000 gallons of water? 12.21. But we rather go and buy 2 beers for 10. And we're happy, and we get drunk on the side of the road. And I know when you mention water rates, it raises eyebrows, and people begin to, and it's a soundbite I'm sure they'll pick up, that the Minister for Infrastructure has called for an increase in water rates. But come on, how much are we paying for 1,000 gallons of water? How much are we paying for 1,000 gallons of water? 12.21. But we rather go and buy 2 beers for 10. And we're happy, and we get drunk on the side of the road.
The island's infrastructure minister, Stevenson King. What say you to this? And somehow, governments always try to justify increasing license fees, vehicle license fees, or increasing water rates by saying that you have sufficient money to buy alcohol and to buy alcoholic beverages, etc., and you cannot invest in this. But what is the justification for increasing water rates in St. Lucia right now? Is there a guarantee that if you grant Wasco that increase, then that the service will improve? Because several instances, I remember, either during the period 1997 to 2001 or between 2001 and 6, there was a review in the water rates in St. Lucia. Wasco was given an increase. The then Public Utilities Minister was Calix George Sr. On the basis that Wasco will improve the quality of its service.
Years later.
Several decades later.
People still don't have access to potable water.
We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello. Good afternoon to you, caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tim. What's up, man?
I'm all right. I got the stuff.
Okay. Don't mention it. Small thing.
Thank you so much, sir.
Let me say hello to
Kimani, the host of...
Your Kimani.
Yeah.
I have a Kimani granddaughter who just had a baby about 3 weeks ago. So
Okay.
I'm not jealous of the name because I have a Kimani.
This Kimani does not have any children.
Okay, well, mine have 2. Mine have 1.
Okay.
So first time.
All right.
Let me tell you, I have to applaud the Minister for Infrastructure for giving me carpet in the where you must always be on a Saturday to go right at the back of Tapio. They do the master job there. Nice road and everything. Okay, team, let us talk now. Who is holding the big chair for the next 6 months? Who is the chairman of CARICOM?
The chairman of CARICOM is from Guyana.
He's from Guyana.
Yeah, Dr. Ali.
So what is he doing? Putting CARICOM together to send the troops in Port-au-Prince in Haiti?
Well, that's one of the issues that they looked at their last meeting.
I hear Motley is ready to do that.
Okay.
But what I'm hearing today, the man doesn't want the Prime Minister to come back on the island. The Commissioner of Police is in hiding. The ministers are hiding. And he said if something does not happen by this weekend, the same thing will happen in Darfur. They'll have to face it. And that is very dangerous statement. Very, very dangerous. And we have to watch that. We have to watch that team. We really have to watch that. Anyway, glad you got your stuff.
Okay.
And if your mother was there, would have been 2 years, 1 month since her passing, and that's a lady that worked hard. She and your auntie worked very hard to send you to the school. Because I remember you used to come inside of the cinema to sell the nuts, to sell the icicle while she was outside and so on. She always have a little problem with Bruna, but you were her bread and butter. I will see you maybe tomorrow. I don't know, but we'll see anytime. But I'm happy you got the stuff. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you so much for calling, sir.
All right.
452-2979, your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. I mean, you watch the news, Kimani, you read the news as well. It's heartbreaking what is the Haitian population is going through right now.
It is, especially seen as the Prime Minister is not in the country and is not able to enter the country right now.
Imagine you, the police commissioner, Mr. Producer, technical producer. You're a police commissioner and you go into hiding. Imagine that. So, I mean, this is not a laughing issue.
It is not.
But it comes across as being very comical, you know? I mean, what is happening to the people over in Haiti right now. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
3 times Journalist of the Year, Mr. Timothy Poleon.
Yes, sir.
Kamani, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy Ladies' Day. Kamani.
Thank you.
I like you in that chair. I like that chair. That chair suits you. You were made for that chair, Kamani.
Thank you.
Stay right there. Timothy.
Uh-huh.
You know me and you. Question for you.
No. Pose that question to No. The chair was made for Kimani. She's in the chair today. Pose that question to Kimani. Not me.
No.
No.
Leave Kimani alone.
Pose that question to Kimani. No.
Okay?
Pose that question to
Timothy.
Kimani. Pose that question to Kimani. Stop calling my name.
Tim.
I'm the host. Pose the question to me.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Kamani, what answer? Kamani, I told the Tim, look, I know you. Tim.
Go ahead.
If the SFP Mongoose gang was in Barbados, do you think they will be in the House Assembly? I'm asking you.
I don't know, caller. Why you say that?
If the great man, if the world's greatest leader, Sir Alan Michael Shastey, and Philip J. Pierre, and his crew was in Barbados, do you think they will be in the House Assembly before they will be the government of the day in Barbados? Do you think so?
I cannot speak for the voters of Barbados, call. I don't know. I
Okay,
don't know
I'll
what they
speak
would
for
have
them.
done. I don't know what they would have done.
I'll speak for them. First of all, let me say this to you. You see Richard Frederick? Richard Frederick reminds me of a man called Eric Seeley, better known as Eric Fly. There was nobody in Barbados could have put a bigger crowd than him. Nobody. Not Tom Adams, not Errol Barrow. Nobody could pull a bigger crowd than him. But when you go to the polls, if you get 20 votes, you get a lot. One term, you got 30 votes. I am saying that to say this. That the Belgian public, they are very intelligent people. No way. You see Richard Frederick? Richard Frederick would have been the Eric Fly. He would be the clown of Barbados. The clown he will be. He will get 10 votes. He will get 10 votes, Tim. Okay? You see Philippe, the complaint Philippe, and the great man, Sir Alan Michael Shastey, People will ask you if you're on drugs, what you been drinking, like what you asked me yesterday. People will be asking you that. They will make that come. No way that Pierre will go and challenge the great man. None of those guys will challenge the great man in Barbados. That comes down to this, Tim. That comes down to this. That the Bajans are by far more intelligent than my solution people, and they are and solutions are very gullible. Because the Bajans don't swallow anything. And when you think they're with you, Richard Frederick would be a laughing stock in Barbados. Ask any Bajan, Tim. Ask any Bajan. The great man would have had a clean sweep in Barbados if he was dealing with Bajans. I asking you, I'm telling you. And that's the fact. Ask any Bajan. Okay? That tells me about the intelligence. The intelligence of my people is. That's what it's telling me. That's what it's telling me. We are way, way, way back. We are way. We fall for anything. We swallow anything. We drink anything. We don't know when a man is real. We don't know a great leader when you see one. Hence why our country is so backward. Because why? We continue to pick garbage. And when I say garbage that Deglo dump and other dumps refuses. We have a man, as I said before, the Mongoose gang cannot debate with the great man. Ask any solution why they pick the Mongoose gang, they cannot tell you why. They cannot give you one good reason. They can't give you one good reason. Just pick them. Tim, let me say this to you. I had a gentleman said to me yesterday, a supporter of the SFP, said to me yesterday. Huh?
What's his name?
No, don't give it his name.
But you like to, you see, you like to fabricate sometimes, you know. You make up stories and you come.
I don't fabricate that.
There's a guy, he's 63. What's his name? Where is he from?
No, listen. He's from the ghetto. He's from Conway. And that's all. That's all I'll give you.
Give me his initials.
And he said to me,
give me his initials.
Tim,
his initials.
You're spite. Tim, that's one of my boys. What is this? Tim, what is the labor of Flobo? He's one of my boys. I can't do that.
Okay.
Tim, let me tell you something, right? Everything he said must be factual. You give people the impression that it's still lies?
No.
What's your problem, man? Who talks about nonsense, Rick?
You want to find yourself in some trouble with Rick Wayne, eh? But listen, Babuna, it's not factual if I cannot prove it to be factual. If you tell me it's just a guy in Conway and I don't know his name, let me tell this factual. But anyway, continue with your story.
Let me tell you what he said to me. He said to me, St. Lucia is for black people, not for white people. I said in that case, go down by the wharf, go down by the harbor, and tell the tourists we don't need them. He said, I'll do it. I can do it. And guess what? The guy don't deal with drugs, nothing at all. He don't do drugs. He's a Christian. He said that to me. I said, man, that's what you say to me, man? That's what you say to me?
What's the point? Yes. What's the point you made?
And you go down by the wharf. Huh?
No, can you repeat that? What the person
St. Lucia, St. Lucia is for black people, not for white people. St. Lucia is a black country, not a white country. And we don't need white people.
Okay.
We don't need white people. That's what he said to me. That's what he said to me. I said, my God, I never thought I would come out of his mouth. This guy is more idiot than I thought. But let me continue. When I call you, I make all those remarks to you concerning Barbados just to compare the intelligence of St. Lucians and Barbadians. Barbadians are way ahead of us. I am saying to you, sir, if the SNP was in Barbados, they would get votes. Hence why Barbados is fast becoming a first world country. Barbados is fast becoming a first world country, and we're still dealing with horse and cart. Okay? Fast becoming. When they pick a leader, they pick class. People like Sir Alec McCashar stay the greatest. They don't pick garbage. Hence why you see they pick me up twice in a row. Because the Democrat party have nobody. Your party mula. St. Lucia will go for government. Why do you pick Kenny? They can't tell you. Why do you pick Pierre? They can't tell you. Is he a good leader? No. They can't pick. They have never produced a good leader in their life. The mongoose guy in there. Why would you vote for somebody that cannot lead? Who does that, Tim?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Bermuda. Appreciate your contribution. In the chat room, somebody says that Stevenson King is always coming out and making a fool of himself. The last time he attacked the bus drivers when they came out and spoke on road conditions in St. Lucia. Instead of addressing the problem that we, the taxpayers, are paying him to do, he prepares to attack us when we speak out on those issues. Another person says in the chat room, no more drinking 2 bears in St. Lucia. Look it. And some more of your comments in the chat room there. Somebody says, Tim, you want to get the man shot? That's when I asked Mr. Bermuda to identify the person he had that conversation with yesterday, according to him. Somebody says, Bermuda, step off Rick. Okay, Manny.
Tim, you're not monitoring the comments on the YouTube channel.
Oh, I'll do that momentarily. But continue the show, Kimani.
Again, we welcome your calls at 452-2979 and messages as well as calls on 716-2026. So, Tim, you don't think that Wasco requesting an increase in water rates is justified?
Right now, yes and no. Justified in the sense that you need to replace the infrastructure, but no, because Wasco has demonstrated that even if you granted an increase, it will not utilize the finances generated from that, and that will not be reflected in the quality of the service that it would be providing. And Wasco has not justified that after receiving so many increases over the last few years. We have a call via WhatsApp.
Yes, good afternoon, Timothy.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
I just want to say a few things about Wasco. If Wasco can provide the public with water constantly, unless there is a big main that bursts, and they have to take a couple days to fix it. If they can supply the water, as soon as you open your pipe, you have water. As soon as you open your pipe, you have water. The solution will not be so hard if Wasco decide to raise the water.
But you know, of late, Wasco, there's sufficient reason to praise Wasco for one thing. Remember, after they shut down the service for 2 days, Friday and Sunday, they kept to their promise. I think by Saturday evening into Sunday morning, many people in the north got water. The service was restored.
Yeah, Wasco is not a total failure. I would never say that. Wasco is not a failure. What I'm saying, if they can supply the water in a regular basis and they decide to raise the water, like I heard King was saying, 1290 for 1,000 gallons of water.
It says 1221 for 1,000 gallons of water.
Yeah, but if Wasco can provide the water in a regular basis, and they decide to raise the water, let's say from $12.50 to $15 for thousands of gallons, I don't believe St. Lucia will cry about that because they always have water. The idea that when they don't have water for 3-4 days, and they send in the same bill to them, that is where St. Lucian ka fâché. Ou pas ten pour hold la semaine ek la ou joine bill ou wadi même l'argent pour y payer. C'est là cet lycée ka fâché. Cet lycée pas un pays, une nation qui mauvais tellement. Si vous avez qu'on ka bayo de l'eau tous les jours, et que that's decide puis you can raise the law from 12 whatever to $15 at least $15 or 1,000. Cet lycée qui compte ça parce que toujours ka need law. That is what Wasco supposed to work on. No pas vieux qualité qu'on Peter de Chaimon ka ko cette lycée this that you toujours voulait bail pour rien. That is not true. That is what I wanted to say, Timothy. But Wasco is not a failure because if we can go back to the holes and get water, continue naturellement. Tout campagne ça qui vient les vallées nous Bilazia and tout ces bagages ça Wasco has done a good job in St. Lucia. So we just have to support Wasco, and that's Wasco will give us water on a regular basis. And when they raise the water, no bagages fâché parce que toujours de l'eau. Thank you.
Okay, Colin, thank you so much. Still to come on the broadcast. You can't love your country only when you win. And we have had too many examples of this happening in St. Lucia. Politicians, they go out there and they demean the country when they are not in office. As soon as they get into power, they tell you, look at the glass half full as opposed to half empty, and we have a beautiful country, and, you know, we must stop being so myopic and stop being so negative. You can't love your country only when you win. We'll explain in just a moment as you continue to watch and listen to the most monitored talk show in the world, NewsSpin.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Coming soon, the same excellent Lucelec service in a new location at Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci, Castries. Thanks for your patience.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Catch the new vibe and the lingo. More upon more so the tingo. Is more wet flow if you didn't know. All these deals is a winner. More pan, more wet flow. More data, more talk for sure. More WhatsApp, video cast app, unlimited talk, so you not stop chat.
Flow prepaid combo plans just got better. Loaded with even more data and unlimited talk. Take advantage of WhatsApp and all its features with our new prepaid plans. Unleash your creativity with more social media. Dial *129 $ to activate.
Now that's the new vibe and the lingo. Yes. More pan, more say the tingo. It's more wet flow, now you really know. Catch it now. All these deals make you save more. Get more.
In these modern times, the field of medicine has become so advanced that no one has to suffer any longer before they can be seen by a specialist doctor. La Clinique de Corps is proud to be the only healthcare provider in St. Lucia to offer the best and most experienced specialist doctors who are capable to first correctly diagnose and then successfully treat health conditions such as chronic back pain, spinal injury, sciatica, numbness, lupus, arthritis, joint pain, facial nerve pain, knee, heel, and shoulder pain, cramps, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Also available at La Clinique de Corps, complete nerve tests to detect nerve injury or muscle disease. All health insurances are accepted at La Clinique de Corps. So walk again pain-free with La Clinique de Corps. To book an appointment, please call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950.
Shift into your savings gear this March at Automotive Art as we launch our March Madness sale. Pull up at any of our branches this March and save 20% off on all car accessories. Roll out with fantastic deals on tires of up to 30% off. And if you're missing some key tools for your toolkit, no problem. We're offering 15% off on all tools store-wide. But that's not all. Shop now and enjoy exclusive in-store specials on car care, lubricants, and more. Don't miss out on the action. The March Madness sale is happening right now at Automotive Art. Automotive Art. Your car, our passion. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
Embrace the magic of the night with someone special by your side. KFC Chicken Nights, a love story waiting to unfold. Sundays to Thursdays, 6 p.m. to closing, just for $35. Share 4 pieces of delectable KFC chicken, 3 tender strips, and 2 regular fries. This enchanting deal is yours to savor at all KFC locations because love knows no boundaries. Having chicken tonight? Make it finger-licking good with KFC's Chicken Nights, where love and flavor come together for a night to remember.
On Easter Sunday, the biggest brunch party in the West returns. Rise 4, the celebration. Easter Sunday, March 31st, Soufre Mini Stadium. Featuring international sensation Tennyson John and the DJ Project live. Also, MTX, A1 Jugglers, Sir Lancelot, Hype Kid, DJ JH Indalo, Levi Chin, DJ Irv, Power FM DJs, MC Donnerville. Easter Sunday from 12 noon, we rise.
Look at people in here tonight. Dance with me, baby.
Regular tickets are $80 and $350 for VIP terrace area. Get your tickets online at www.fourcirclestickets.com. Mambo's Bar and Courts in Soufre and Courts Ready Cash island-wide. Get VIP and group tickets with no cash at Courts Ready Cash. Dress code Slay in Orange. Rise 4, the celebration, an Optimum event production. Platinum sponsors, Courts Ready Cash and Power 97.9 FM. Gold sponsor, Bank of St. Lucia. Other sponsors, Digicel, Piton Beer, Strongbow, and Island Sound.
Are you ready? It's finally here. The most epic football experience to hit 758. 81 matches across St. Lucia, starting Sunday, March 10th when the semi-professional league kicks off. All roads lead to the Mindo Phillip Park from 2 p.m. when home team Masha comes up against Babino in Division 2 action. Then at 4 p.m, a blockbuster heavyweight clash between Island Cup champions Laclary and Grosule in Division 1. Come for the football, come for the entertainment. Enjoy performances by the best St. Lucian artists. $20 gets you into the football action. The semi-professional Football League, leveraging football to transform lives. You can't afford to miss this one.
Can't love your country only when you win. Who said that, Tim?
We'll hear from him in just a moment. We'll hear from him. But we have some comments via the YouTube channel. Somebody says, boss, you have to be joking. Wasco collected over $50 million from everyone island-wide and still collecting for dam desilting that has not been done. What has become with all that money? Another person says, King, people are not even getting water for weeks. Another comment, what's wrong with those people in government always taking from people's pockets and people are not getting the service for the extra money that they are taking from them? All right. So who said that? Who said you can't love your country only when you win? And we have
you can't love your country
of this in St. Lucia. Look at the behavior of some politicians when they are in opposition. They want the whole country to burn down. They want the entire country to be destabilized and destroyed. When they get into office and you're critical of them, they say that you're unpatriotic. They say that you are being divisive. You are being too negative. And this country is a good place to live and work and go to school, etc. They show so much of a great interest in national activities such as independence. And when they're in opposition, they don't want to take part in independence activities in the country. So, as watching the State of the Union address last evening by the President of the United States, Joe Biden, and he said the following, and immediately, I said, characteristics of some of our St. Lucian politicians.
You can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your country only when you win.
You can't love your country only when you win, Kimani. Only when you win, you love your country. That's not good. At all. What say you?
Like you said, characteristics of some politicians in our country. They only love St. Lucia when in power, when they're able to benefit from the country's resources. And sad to say, that should not be the case.
Yeah, if you're patriotic, you're patriotic. If you love your country, you love your country
Right.
through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's take a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello.
Bon après-midi, Tim.
Oui, bon après-midi, monsieur.
Kamani, bon après-midi, comment vous êtes?
Bon après-midi, voilà.
Ah, ok. Bon après-midi, toute cette lycée. Kim, moi, c'est Dr. Secret from Timon. Vous connaissez voix bien. Moi, j'ai 3 conditions après-midi. Limoyon. Moi, commandé ministre infrastructure. Moi, ça, c'est un homme qui fait un. Right? Mais, moi, commandé pour un speed bomb. Bon, moi, même pas qu'à rester Grand Rivière. N'a demandé pour un speed bomb parce que Gap Grand Rivière Tim là où quitter Grand Rivière pour monter monnaie et bien pour descendre Corinth et bien sous Cavier aller Grand Rivière en Gap là on est là comment
oui
là ni 2 bus stop yon qui c'est une bus stop shelter et l'autre c'est la pan shelter so yon sous Cavier yon chaque side chimé Tim presque tous les jours moi les chimé ça là et pour ça yo ka la ni monsieur là yo ka vendre ba un bus stop là right ou ça qu'on a pas la bonne
oui
et now c'est nom là qui drive tellement face la team et l'animal maille l'école qui a traversé chimère qui joue ça moi la team moi dou meten pour tourner tête because moi si oui en motorcycle te kay konwe yon ansima maille l'école là si minister of infrastructure qui kay oui nécessaire kon moi même gawe l'autre monde gawe mettez 2 speed bomb là yon avant il veut bobo stop là l'autre là l'an passé so tous les deux yo ni pour le long avant yo il veut bobo shelter ma ça sous comprendre ça n'a dire qui côté n'a pas la bonne
oui ça
il nécessaire OK tous les jours n'a passé là et point ha danger so avant yon machine kay konwe yon moun especially mama l'école n'a demandé infrastructure pour garder about ça pour mettre 2 speed bomb il pas en whole journée pour mettre speed bomb planer asphalte que vous savez qui m'en yo ka faire qui ka fait bien vitement limodé moi concerné m'a jamais savent mon la quoi babono a tellement mauvais tim et ma ka tan ces minibus la ka couiller ka dit un lien about ça chimien c'est pas même Bowick qui veut passer en dit dans chimien ça il pas bon m'a vle moun dit moi ministre la malade ça déjà là avant ministre la tomber malade garder about chomon ça pour try buy un seul logement pour taxpayers. Ma vle moun di menat maka weste Grand Rivière et bien maka weste la quoi maka weste Soufouye. Rôle chimé cette lycée nous paye taxe nous pour nous ça naviguer côté nous vle les nouvelles. Et limo 3 tim jodia vendredi l'eau ka coulé en lait chimé timon. Wasko pas ka manger. L'eau ka gaspiller. So plus tard jodia il va fermer. Nous pas ka ni de l'eau samedi et dimanche because c'est comme ça yo ka fait. Yo pas ka ban nous le week-end et yo l'eau la ka couler en chimé pas dit tant moins la ka parler et puis
ou ça by Wasco ni pour garder hein Wasco is very guilty of that ça fait l'eau si ten ka pété mon cadeau yo ka couiller Wasco combien jours et Wasco pas ka ranger problème là
dernière fois là Tim les moi fin parler à mon ou comment qui te dit à mon dit moi couiller tel dit moi man ça ka couiller Wasco ni moun qui ka représenter yo qui ka tant ces phone call là tout partout pour ka gaspiller moi ni camarade mais que c'est des gazons et mi c'est pas jeune de l'eau là ka il pour about 4 semaines pas job de l'eau et qu'on est de l'eau ka gaspiller ti mon plutôt yo ranger yo ka fermer le week-end ka fait moun souffert ça va bon ça qui ka plibler moi yo vini yo marché area côté de l'eau ka couler ini 2 mois pistim condition mon akari I hope from mettez en l'aide de l'eau pour primaire treatment primaire service l'eau pour changer ça no like I always say team I am not negotiating for that for myself, because as the water is wasting on the road, it passes my home. So it means that I have water at home. Presently, I have water at home. But there are people who live higher up the road that are not getting water. I mean, that has been too much cruelty. Ça, c'est méchanceté pour gens qui m'ont dit. Et que vous rapportez à un monde qui a fermé de l'eau devant jour. Là, ils savent fermer de l'eau, Timon. Ils ont fermé de l'eau. Là, nous, monde qui a rapporté, je vais mettre ça en le Facebook, mais moi, je demandé pour venir manger sur de l'eau, Timon. Et que vous obligez de faire. They must do it.
Mais vous just mettez dans le Facebook. Nous en le Facebook, nous en le YouTube, tout. Vous just fait ça.
Anyway, moi concerne about ces accidents qui a fait en le chimien. Quand on mène un point aller à la ça nécessite. Présentement quoi moi il a parlé pour là mais moi la ka service breaks machine moi la ka service. C'est pas just I pay insurance ou road tax ou bon, mais est breaks ou bon, breaks c'est un bagage qui nécessaire à soi machine. Vous comprenez ça dans là?
Oui.
Est-ce que breaks là ça c'est breaks pour si en tous les cas. Bah il vient mauvais mais ça style vieux service ou ça mais moi d'accord comment service là na garder là moi ça mettait breaks neuf et pour make sure bagay ka marche bien mais à chaque chauffeur pas mêler ça c'est just pay insurance mettez mon en bon machine qu'on ka peut-être monter descendre avec le finu ka di breaks c'est là et quand encore là dit bah là yo ka ni pour persécuter moun ou pas ça just une excuse toutes les moun ka mon maman ka blessé combien maman à l'école a avec blessé en différentes places dans pays là pour la petite bricks machine you ka dit qui fait nous pas ça accepter ça.
OK.
Anyway, bonne journée, bon week-end. Et puis moi King dit il parle la pas rien wrong pour mon increase and that low because de là bien pour $10. En fait monsieur vient cadre avec quoi comédien naturellement pourquoi de là bien pour $10. And it can naturellement $6-7.
When they bright, peut-être bright.
Bright, moun ka ça toujours tim.
Moi pas boire ça, moi j'aime boire ça. Puis ça qui là.
Sou amene pour sou. Et me get tipsy as well alcohol. C'est supposé ça ba qui bon. Un bel shot whisky be Hennessy comme bon, na bright life am tout dit. Level pressure moi.
Black and white moi mais.
Avec une bloqué. Faut pas vous
Okay. No kai we.
All right then.
What's that message? Somebody says, Tim, there's a problem on the cul-de-sac road. There is a water truck wetting the road. Instead of wetting the road, water is being splashed all over people's vehicles. This is not right. The person continues, this morning I was driving on the road, water splashed all inside my vehicle. I got wet and the man cursed me. I'm calling on the police, infrastructure ministry, and the management of CO Williams to address that problem. Someone will get hurt in this thing. Do something about that. That WhatsApp message was sent to me yesterday. Can you just figure, just imagine this happening to you?
I've seen the water trucks, but I mean, the person should have, used your discretion. You saw them coming. Raise your windows.
What is happening on the show, Kimani?
Tim, you haven't read the comments in the chat on YouTube and on Facebook.
What comments we have there? Let me see. Somebody says Biden said that last night. Honestly, I've not been paying too much attention to what is happening in the chat room.
You're failing, Tim. You're failing.
In that regard, yes.
Job.
Yeah. In that regard. Somebody says there, King was against taxes on the backs of the people of this country when he was hiding his snake-like behavior. And the person continues, but today he is sitting in a cabinet of wicked individuals like himself, and it is okay to overburden those people. Somebody says, Tim, Kimani will fire you. Let's see if we have some more of your comments.
We have a WhatsApp call, Tim?
Yes, I think we do, yes. Good afternoon, this is NewsSpin, you on the air? Hello?
Good afternoon to you, Tim.
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon to Kimani.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good. Tim, I heard something about the price of water, 12 something. Is it only one price you pay on the bill, or they have two separate amounts?
You have separate amounts. See, for example, you have the commercial, and then you have the domestic rate. I think the domestic rate is about $12.21 for 1,000 gallons of water.
Yeah, but I am domestic, and I'm seeing a 12 12 something and a 24 something.
Okay, maybe for the first few gallons, maybe it's at 12.21.
Yeah, the first 3,000 gallons.
Yeah.
12.21, and the balance is at $24.
Okay.
Per thousand. So if they're going to increase water again, it's already a burden, because you see the sources of water. Government don't even pay royalties where they get the water. And on your bill, you don't get water from the dam.
But why should the government pay royalties on that?
But Tim, if the water source, it comes from somebody's property,
The governments lay claim to those sources, eh?
Yeah, they have claim to it. So when they increase the water, it's when the minister talks about 2 bears for $10. I mean, we must understand that there are people that can buy 2 bears for $10, but there are people that cannot buy a bear.
Yeah. And most people you see drinking alcohol or Heineken or any alcoholic beverage, most times, if they are poor, if they are indigent, somebody else would have made the donation to them.
Right, but if they have to increase the water again, at this point in time, a lot of poor people, the water will be disconnected, because some people are just trying to make ends meet to pay the water bill right now. And if there's an increase, it's not easy at all, Tim, in these hard guava times.
You have an inflation, high cost of goods at the supermarket. You have the the telecommunication companies increasing the cost of their services. What do you have again? The 2.5% health and security levy that has been imposed on the people of this country. And to have the gumption, to have the gall to talk about possibly increasing water rates in St. Lucia. And you have not addressed minimum wage. That's disaster.
It is, but Tim, the Prime Minister made a statement sometime last year. And he said, come the 22nd of February this year, he would be addressing the minimum wage. And in March, we're not hearing nothing. So are we being bluffed by the Minister of Finance, where he's going to assist the poor people of this country to get a minimum wage or livable wage? And then everything 2.5. It looked like just now electricity will be more expensive than water will be more expensive than electricity. Although we generate electricity via fuel, it looked like electricity will be cheaper than water. This is my contribution, Tim. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing it with us. Finally, on the broadcast, what is the latest with the Grenada 3? Those 3 men who hijacked that catamaran of Grenada and ended up in St. Vincent, and the owners of that catamaran, American couple, they have not been seen since. The latest.
The returned escapees appeared before the St. George's Magistrates Court, facing a slew of charges, including double capital murder in connection with the alleged deaths of American citizens Ralph Hendry, 66, and Kathleen Brandel, 71. Director of Public Prosecution, DPP Christopher Nelson, KC, is leading the prosecution's case against St. Andrew residents Trevon Robertson, 25, Atiba Stanislaus, 23, and Ron Mitchell, 30, who reportedly hijacked a catamaran named Simplicity belonging to the American couple after escaping lawful custody at the South St. George police station on February 18. Authorities believe that they may have been killed by the suspects and thrown overboard on the way to St. Vincent, where they were captured on February 21st.
By all means, if there is some hope, search should still continue. But from the evidence in my possession, we can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the victims are deceased. There is always a hope. There is always a possibility. But in criminal matters, we don't go on possibility, we go on beyond a reasonable doubt. And I'm satisfied that the evidence points clearly in that direction. And this is why the capital murder charges were laid at this time. We think there is no point in waiting or holding back on that. Too much is at stake.
According to the DPP, the suspects are assisting police with the investigations, which is being done in collaboration with Vincentian authorities.
This matter sort of straddles the jurisdiction of Grenada and St. Vincent in terms of the investigation and the evidence gathering. The evidence in our possession thus far includes circumstantial evidence, which is strong, as well as statements obtained from the accused persons.
The men who were returned to the island on Monday appeared before Chief Magistrate Francine Foster at the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court on Thursday, where over a dozen summary and indictable charges were read out to them.
The offences committed after their escape would be the escape in lawful custody, housebreaking, that is breaking and entering the yacht, robbery with violence, kidnapping by two, and capital murder by two. Here we have two persons allegedly being killed on the same occasion. And the killing, or alleged killing, was committed in the process of executing other felonies, namely rape, robbery, housebreaking. So those are very serious and aggravating circumstances, so that if there is a conviction, one should expect the highest possible sentence.
Attorney Jerry Edwin is providing legal counsel for Stanislaus and Robertson.
So they have all pled guilty to the summary charges that were pre-escape. There were indictable offenses as well pre-escape, most notably rape and robbery with violence. Naturally, we cannot plead to these charges here, so those also will go up to the High Court, and we intend to proceed as well by paper committal.
Stanislaus and Robertson were arraigned on a summary indecent assault and causing harm charges in connection with separate incidents that occurred in Grand Anse in December and January, respectively. Edwin also held papers for attorney Henry Pariag, who is representing Mitchell, who is currently on bail with rape matters pending in both the St. George's and Grenville Magistrates Court. Pariag confirmed with GBN on a Thursday his plans to also proceed via paper committal in the high-profile matter. The murder suspects have been remanded to the Richmond Hill prison and are scheduled to return before the court for mention on March 27th. The preliminary inquiry into the matter is scheduled to commence on July 1st. For GBN News, Nisha Paul.
All right, that was a GBN report filed by Nisha Paul. We'll continue to update you on that situation involving the Grenada 3, and that's a broadcast.
Thank you for monitoring, tuning, commenting, and calling to the most monitored talk show in the world, NewsSpin. Thank you again to everyone. Have yourself a safe and enjoyable weekend. See you on Monday for another episode of NewsSpin with Kimani Thomas.
No. Goodbye.